I'm Richard Vobes, TV's Bald Explorer, and I'm discovering Britain. Towns, villages and hamlets have always fascinated me, for they're all unique and offer something special. This time, I'm in search of a Chalybeate spring. I wonder what that is. Care to join me? Today, I'm in Kent, close to the border of East Sussex, and I've crept into the very picturesque spa town of Royal Tunbridge Wells. It's rare these days to find a town with such a large open common. In the 19th century, they raced horses here, took the air, and turned the place into the centre of fashion. But I'm not here to look at the countryside, or even the strange-shaped weathered stones in the neighbourhood. I'm not even here to explore the stunning architecture. What I am looking for is a dipper.
Tunbridge Wells is famed for being a spa town, of course, so it's that famous water I want to try.
The Chalybeate spring at Tunbridge Wells was discovered in the 17th century by Lord Dudley North. Like all spas, this slightly rusty-coloured water is believed to contain health-giving properties, and I'm here to learn more.
It's said that if you suffer from a moist brain, then this water, the Chalybeate spring water, is the stuff to cure it. Thank you very much. Good health. The secret, apparently, is the iron that it's fortified with.
My name is Jude, and I'm one of the several dippers that are here during the summer months to serve water to visitors and to locals alike. The spring was discovered in 1606 by Dudley Lord North. He was riding through the woods here, and there was a lady named Mrs. Humphreys who was in the woods, and he was thirsty. She saw the spring and she offered him a cup, and she's known as the original dipper. Because they were well off, it was beneath them to serve themselves. They needed someone to give the water. They couldn't possibly help themselves. It was just too demeaning for them. Well, the main thing is very high in iron, so that's very good for the blood. And it's 25 parts per million, so it is really iron rich. And there's also a lot of calcium for your bones, and smaller amounts of magnesium and potassium, which are good for the heart, and other trace elements. So when they came to take the water, it was the equivalent really of somebody these days going to a health shop and buying a multivitamin supplement. Most of the visitors came from London, and that was a filthy, dirty, stinking, disease-ridden place. And they didn't drink the water because it made them ill, as of course most water came from the Thames and everything went into the Thames. Well, after Lord North discovered the spring, it was kept fairly quiet for about the first 10 or 15 years. He was a member of the court of James I, so all the court knew about it and they would come down, but there was still nothing going on down here. It was still just a glade in the forest.
Rumours of the magic water started to circulate amongst the rich and famous. Lord Abergavenny, inspired by Dudley's leap back to health, started to clear access to the water. He sunk a couple of holes. He put a little fence all the way round and a hut. So, it wasn't long before the invalided elite started to make their excursions down to those wells on the Kent and Sussex border.
Today, the springs are found in a very attractive district called the Pantiles, named after the first building materials used to pave the area. Originally, as the rich and wealthy travelled to taste the magic water, it was known as the Walks. A grass strip was levelled off and lined with simple timber-framed huts, and from these merchants could capitalise on the visiting noblemen, selling them all sorts of trinkets and mementos. It wasn't long before Tunbridge Wells grew to a notable town and became a place to be seen at. Nowadays, the spring water still attracts tourists and is well worth a visit. You can taste the iron-rich water for yourself and see what you think. But not everybody gets to be a dipper. But then, not everybody's the Bald Explorer. Why not join me again next time I go exploring?